You've probably heard that the Chase Sapphire Preferred is the best starter card, and sure, it's nice. But this card is even better, and interestingly, barely anyone talks about it. So in this video, I'm talking about the Citi Strata Premier card and why it could be a great starter card and a long-term keeper card for you. We'll go over all the perks and benefits, how valuable the points are, who this card is right for, and why I think it's seriously underrated. Let's get into it. The Citi Strata Premier card used to be called the Citi Premier card, which you might have been familiar with, but it got a rebrand in 2024. It's basically a travel rewards card and it comes with a fee of $95, which I think is pretty reasonable for what it offers. This card is a MasterCard, so it's also accepted almost everywhere. Now let's take a look at how it earns points, because this is where I think this card really stands out. So you earn 3x points on dining, 3x points on air travel and hotels when you book directly with the airline or the hotel. You earn 3x points on supermarkets, 3x points on gas stations and EV stations, and then there is 10x points on hotels, rental cars and attractions when you book through Citi's travel portal. And then of course there is 1x points on everything else. So right off the bat, you can see that this card is built for travelers, but it's also great for everyday spending. It is really hard to find one single card that gives you 3x points on so many categories, including restaurants, gas, and groceries. And that's what I love about it. It can easily be your go-to card for your day-to-day purchases. As for the sign-up bonus, right now I'm seeing 60,000 points when you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of getting the card. But I've definitely seen higher sign-up bonuses being offered on the card. So I think I've seen 80,000 or 85,000 being offered as well, which can get you a really solid deal because you can do so many things with those points, which we'll get to in just a bit. Now let's go through some of the other features that are offered on this card. So you get $100 off a single hotel stay of $500 or more when you book through Citi's travel portal. That sounds nice, but to be honest, I would rarely use that because you can almost always find a better deal at the hotel's own website or at a third-party travel website as well. So I don't attach much value to this benefit. Then you have the no foreign transaction fee, which is a common offering on many credit cards, but it's still very helpful when you travel internationally. And you have several travel protection benefits also on this card, like trip delay and cancellation insurance, baggage coverage, and there's also car rental insurance. But do note that all of this is secondary insurance, which means that you'll first have to pay out of pocket and then file a reimbursement claim. So it's a bit of a hassle if it comes to that, but it's better than nothing. Let's talk transfer partners now, because this is where the Citi Strata Premier really shines. They've always had a pretty decent lineup of airline transfer partners, but they got a huge major upgrade recently when they added an exclusive partner, which is American Airlines, to the list. So their other transfer partners include names like Virgin Atlantic, Avianca Life Miles, Turkish Airlines, and many more, but now they've also added American Airlines. And that is honestly a big deal because Citi is now the exclusive transfer partner to American Airlines, which means that you cannot transfer any of the other credit card points like your Chase, Amex, Bilt, so on and so forth to American Airlines, which means that Citi points have suddenly become even more valuable. Having American Airlines as a transfer partner can open up some awesome redemption opportunities. For example, you can transfer 60,000 points to American Airlines to book Japan Airlines business class directly to Japan. And that is one amazing experience because I have done that myself. And you only pay, I think, $5.60 in taxes and fees. So overall, that is a great deal. And if you want to fly economy, that would cost you 35,000 points one way. So for 70,000 points, you can actually do a whole round trip. Then there are also some nice domestic redemption opportunities. So let's not forget about that. American Airlines has a pretty solid network. So you can use points as low as like 5,000-6,000 points to book domestic airlines as well. And this is exactly the kind of thing that makes this card quietly powerful. Most people will overlook it, but if you know how to use those transfer partners, this card can be a goldmine. Now, the thing to remember with this card is that it's not a premium card. So you're not going to get any lounge access or, those fancy travel credits. And most of your book through travel portal benefits, I think you can safely ignore those as well because you can honestly find better deals on third-party websites. Now, if I compare this card to the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, which comes in at a same price point of $95 in annual fees, I actually find that the Citi Strata Premier makes it much easier for you to rack up points on daily expenses, even if you have just this one card. And that's because of all those categories that earn you 3x points, like dining, groceries, and gas stations. That's what honestly makes this card stand out for me. And one more cool thing that you can do if you already have the Citi Strata Premier card is to build your own little city ecosystem around it. So, for example, if you have the Strata Premier card already, you can get the Citi Custom Cash Card. This is the card that gets you 5% cash back on up to $500 spent on your top spending category each month. There are some categories that are eligible. Not all categories will be eligible, but I promise you this is rather easy to use. Even though the Citi Custom Cash Card is a cashback card, that cashback can be converted to Citi thank you points as well. So $1 would mean 100 points. And then you can pool all of those points together. So from the Citi Strata Premier and your custom cash and redeem it like that. So that would mean that you're using the Citi Strata Premier card for all those 3x categories like groceries, gas, and dining. And then your custom cash card you can use for any other top spend category that you have that month. So overall, you can create a very efficient setup with this. That's actually the strategy that I'm planning for myself in 2026. I already have the custom cash card and I am planning to get the Citi Strata Premier card, which unfortunately I got rejected for earlier this year. If you're curious about how all of that went, I have a video that I'll link up here. But yes, fingers crossed for 2026. Hopefully I can get approved for the Citi Strata Premier card and then use this whole strategy that I just talked to you about. And that's it for this one. If you like this video, I think you'll also like these credit card reviews and comparisons that I've created. So go ahead and check it out and let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one.